The flaw in the design is that the seat belt, obviously it can't come through. It's basically, if you get the wrong policeman on the wrong day, you're gonna have an issue. So police stop. I freaking got that. This is Brazil. Let's get it. What do you reckon, buddy? Brazil. What a day. We're in Brazil and it's still raining. We've been staying a couple days in a really comfortable spot across the road, and now we've just found a spot that does soldering, which is metalwork modifications, where we're trying to extend this seat for my buddy to sit in it. We're on our way to Sao Paulo to meet a Brazilian friend of mine, and we're not going to put him in the back. There's just not enough room, so the only option really is for the two of us to sit in the front. So it is illegal, but hopefully the Brazilian police don't pick up on that. So that's the plan. Wish us luck. Si estás haciéndolo para mí al menos, no voy a poner demasiado peso.
Tira do tecido? 1,10. 1,10 a madeira embaixo. 1,10. E daí o pessoal sobe daí ele tem que ser aqui assim, ó. É, e vai aqui, ó.
It's looking possible. I never really thought of this, but these guys are just saying, why don't we just get a really reinforced seat that's extended, and we just get rid of this, maybe have it just one seat. The whole thing would just move like this, and it comes out to here.
Aqui assim, ó.
Sim. Muito bom.
Sim.
Sim. Pensar, tá bom, não?
Sim.
Muito bom.
Rico, com 1,10?
1,10. Muito obrigado, amigos. Ciao. How sweet is that? We've got his business cards, so shout out freaking Nordica Silva for making this happen on the fly. At the first, they were like, nah, it's not something we can do in a couple of days, mate. Look at how many jobs we got. And I just put a smile on, you know, you chuck a bit of Spanish, Portuguese around, and then they're like, they start chopping cardboard, and then all of a sudden it looks like it's either happening today and getting it done, or they'll have it finished tomorrow. I think at first, when I was just coming at them saying, hey, we need to solder stuff with metal in that, they were like, yeah, that's a big job. I don't know if they're even talking about putting bars underneath, but at the same time, I told them like my weight and my mate's weight won't be on the outsides. It'll be like half out, like an ass cheek on one side, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. I really don't know how it's gonna look, but we're excited for it. So it's a lot of effort to go to just for traveling with a Brazilian mate for a week. But the exciting thing is that I've got an Australian mate, my best mate, after that coming through. He's meeting me in Rio de Janeiro, and we're gonna get up to some absolute shenanigans and travel for more long term, maybe, as in more than a week. So we'll see how it goes. So this is just a bunch of hotel rooms, more or less. Hotel. It's not a hostel, so it's been a really comfortable spot. And this is the bedroom spot. We just leaped out of bed ready to, I thought I was leaving today, but the rain's going for another 2 days, and it just works out perfect because I didn't really expect to get a seat thing going today, but we got a spot, so that's going well. You're comfy? We're just chilling out. Hey, it's been a big couple weeks of travel, Miss Putty, in Brazil, and we're just living comfy, getting the editing done. This spot per night is $12 US, so it's nice to just chill out for sure. Yeah, so 2 days later, a lot of editing done. Still raining, but the vehicle's ready, so we're gonna go pick it up. Keen to see it. Oi, nice, that is solid.
Yeah.
Bom dia, amigo. Hey, es increíble, es increíble. Es mejor que yo pensé, ¿viste?
¿Cómo?
Ah, estoy solo pensando, es mejor poner un poquito de madera.
Senta para ver.
Ok, sí. Ah, no, es increíble, sí. Y...
Ó. Ó.
Ah, muito bom, muito bom, muito bom. Ah.
Ficou bacana, né?
Sí. Não é necessário a madeira nem...
Eu acho que não, porque ele tá bem apoiado aqui, ó.
Sim.
Ele dá bastante apoio e aqui aguenta.
Sim.
É compensado naval, é marítimo.
Muito bom, muito bom. Boa qualidade.
As peças originais por baixo, né?
Sim, sim,
Esse aqui
sim.
também, então tá tudo certo.
Perfeito, perfeito, obrigado.
330 estofado.
Claro.
Estofado, esse.
Sim.
O compensado, a chapa, né?
Sim.
Compensado naval, 50.
Uhum.
Mão de obra nossa, dá pra te fazer 120.
Perfeito, sim.
Então,
Ciao, amigo. But look at that. Plenty of space. How good. It's even better than I expected. So, gonna have myself here, right? Just driving along. Right there. And I got plenty of room still, right? And my mate, and then my eventual best friend sat up pretty in the front here. So we made it back to the garage where we're just staying. We're leaving tomorrow. I'm just really glad that they did everything themselves. Like, for me to organize a tapiceria, which is the people that do the sewing, and then for me to like organize the materials and stuff, it was just really nice to drop it off, and it wasn't a headache. So all up it was $100 USD, but not bad. It's worth it for what it was, and it's good quality. It'll last for 4 years to Alaska. Sun is out finally, and the oil change is done. So we found a cake tin top on the walk that we did yesterday. Thought, frick, that'll be an excellent oil catcher. Now we'll just get rid of it safely. And Patty's just been enjoying the sun. Look at that big smile. How happy are you? Heading out on the road today. How good. All set already, aren't we, Miss Patty? Went to the gym, didn't we? You look cute. We stopped, Patty. Get a bit of food, eh?
De carne,
Sim.
risoles e queijo presunto.
Y una de eso y uma de eso também.
Empanado e...
Sim, obrigado.
Você vai comer aqui ou vai levar?
Aqui, obrigado. Es lindo acá, en esa zona.
Hã?
Es lindo acá.
Aham,
Muitos días lluvia
Aham.
y no vi nada conduciendo. Entonces,
Porque dá muita chuva, né?
sí, qué bom, qué muito bom. I got a street dog, just chilling. Hola, hola. So we stopped off, found a little food truck at this little, it's more or less a truck stop, but it looks like there's more to it. Like it's a business or something with the car park and everything going. Man, oh man, it's been a freaking couple days, hey? We've just almost, with the video series, teleported to where we stayed at and got the seat extension. That was Garatuba. I forgot to mention that. I'll put it on the map right now, show you guys where we're at. We ended up driving a couple of days through the rain just because we had to send kilometers. My mate, we meet him literally in a couple of days, so we're only barely going to make it to Sao Paulo, and we've really had to push. So yeah, there was some long highway days where it was just raining, and recording is difficult, especially when I'm under stress and dealing with all the traffic and trying to be safe about it. Like pull over when I can, when it's safe, worrying about Patty, worrying about other cars, worrying about like just not bothering the trucks and things. Usually everybody's really cool about it. It's a lot better of a day. The sun's shining, fresh air. With there being so many consecutive days of rain here in Brazil as well, it really affects the mood. You can see it. And being on the highway, it's a different experience now that everybody's elevated and happy just because the sun literally is out. So that's really exciting. And now we can see just distance without it being so cloudy and foggy. This is what like I've really had in my mind as what Brazil is. Obrigado.
É molho, ketchup e mostarda?
Un poquito, sí, obrigado. ¿Puedo sentar acá? Fua, qué bien. No probé eso, creo.
Frango.
Ah, muito bom, muito bom. That's really good, actually. That's like a solid 8.5. It's muito bom. Muito bom, obrigado. I'm gonna let Patty out because I've just noticed that the dog's male, so they should play fine. Little head. Sit. You're very happy. Hey, Patty. Stay. Break. There you go. Free. Free. Ay, 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 ay. Relax.
Esse branco é meu briguento.
Si esa nena va a jugar, no sé. ¿Y esa nena?
Briguento também.
Ah, hombre?
É fêmea.
Patty,
Fêmea.
Patty. Relax. Ay, ay, muito. Por acá, por acá. Free, 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 free. And now this one. I've had this a couple times, but this is one of the best of the ones that I've had, so it's really good. Hooking in. Muito obrigado. Es muy rico. ¿Y cuánto es?
10?
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Más fácil.
Obrigado.
Ciao, ciao.
Tchau.
Patty, place. You did alright. Green palm trees. This is Brazil. Got to speed. So I touch the speed, touch the speed. Therefore you still and I wait forever. That was my part of the deal. Honestly. Good job. Free. This is what we've been missing, Patty. What? It's just been so many consecutive days of just farmlands, even through Uruguay. Very flat, easy driving at least, but none of this. We've just gotten ourselves lost in the mountains. I had no idea that this like alternate route that we were taking is just this freaking beautiful, man. And what a good spot for like a, this is called a lanches. It's like a fast food restaurant more or less, but just a locally owned one. Freaking awesome. All the locals, when I was asking directions just at the bottom of the hill that we're now on, they're all saying, oh, it's up there. It's up there. So here we are. So now we're in like quite a built out section of the mountain regarding tourist attractions. See you later, legend. Cobblestone road. This place is just selling homemade desserts and liquors and things, jams. And we're still climbing, getting up there. Looks like barbecue areas and things. Bring a picnic, and then maybe a bit of accommodation out here on the left. Man, there's some tall mountains. It's been a long time since I've seen views like this. Patty as well. The fact that this is such a less used road, quite an alternate route to get to Sao Paulo, and asking locals for directions to Sao Paulo, they're like, they must be like, brother, you're pretty far away. So for them to look at this vehicle as well, they just laugh, but it's a good time. So yeah, I'm glad we took this route. Just the air's so fresh, and you can feel the difference. I don't know why they chose cobblestone through this section. It's rough on the Tuk Tuk, but it fits the scene. Hey, it's like, it adds to it. I don't mind it. But this as well would have been the route that we would have taken if we didn't take any rest days. So the couple of days, or consecutive days where I was editing at that spot in Guaratuba, it was still just raining, and driving this in the rain would have been very dangerous and a terrible idea. So it was just perfect. Everything worked out. Everything happens for a reason, and I learned that more and more every day on this trip. Especially since this section of the road is a bit wet. A lot of moss on the left here. Yeah, we made the right decision. But this is Brazil, man. And this is freaking awesome. I haven't seen sights like this the entirety of Latin America. And this isn't the Amazon as well. We're closer to the beach than the Amazon, so it's cool to see. So we're back finally on tarmac, and we found a pullover spot. We're in dire need of some fuel, so we filled up. And yeah, I'm gonna chuck the drone up because I can't see much, but I know the drone will be able to see a lot. So I'm keen to see how it looks. Obviously can't let Paddy out now because while there's not so much traffic, there's still a bit. And just before I left the town, I had a big brain moment. I was really sussing out, going left and right on the chair, trying to feel what's comfortable. I realized now, obviously, anytime I make adjustments to the Tuk Tuk, I need to think about the stuff I do more than I do, because I've already found out that the flaw in the design is that the seat belt, which was sitting about here on the side of the chair, obviously it can't come through. So I've already taken that off. I've never had a seat belt issue with police, but it came with seat belts. So the law really states like drive low lights and seat belts always. And up till now I was able to do that, but now I'm like, well, we're so on the edge of so many things, with it being literally registered as a motor car, like a motorcycle car, in one word. It's called motocarro in Espanol. And bueno, now we've got a bit of traffic coming up. Riding two people in the front is illegal, but we're gonna one day do three. So I see this becoming a 6-seater or 5-seater plus a dog. You can legally fit 3 people back there, and then yeah, 1, 2, 3, couple people hanging out the door. It's such a solo adventure, obviously, but I'm always up for those little side quests with people that we meet that are a good vibe along the way. So yeah, we're about to get out on the road after we get out the drone for a sec. So it's good that Tuk Tuk's just time to cool down, because we're driving about 25 minutes uphill, and yeah, it's real hot back there. I felt it when I walked past before. So one very important point to mention is just because it's bitumen doesn't mean we're at the top yet. We're still going up. At least it's a lot easier of a drive. It's freaking gorgeous. Please stop. I freaking got that. Relax, man. Olha, amigo.
Boa tarde, senhor, tudo bem?
Tudo bom?
Você tem sua habilitação aí?
Como?
Habilitação do senhor? Documento de habilitação?
Ah, para
Licença
conducir.
para conduzir?
Es abajo mi asiento.
Pode pegar, por favor.
¿Cómo va el día?
Bem. O senhor vem de longe?
Distancia. Desde Bolivia, sí, llegamos. Internacional.
O senhor ingeriu alguma bebida alcoólica hoje?
Ah, sí.
Ingeriu alguma bebida alcoólica?
No, no.
Aceita fazer o teste?
Podemos, sí.
O senhor vai dar um sopro aqui, tá? Beleza, boa viagem, senhor.
Obrigado. All done, all sweet. Just did a breath test, so yeah, just a random. I just got stopped out of everybody that's passing. I got stopped. I tried to get away with it. I was sticking outside of the trucks, and I was sticking close to trucks, and he saw me and he's like, "Hey, buddy, slow down. Where you going? Where you going?" But we're all clear. We're off. Good job, buddy. So I was like, the day we took off the seatbelt is the day I'm gonna get done for not having a seatbelt, but he didn't notice, so he was curious, like really checking the documents well, but everything's in order, so yeah, no complaints. So I don't know how much the back camera picked up the audio just in that conversation. I was more or less not really in vision of the camera either, but like he showed me the breathalyzer and he asked something in Portuguese, which I just assumed would be, is it alright if I breath test you? And I said, yes, it's okay. But what he actually asked was, have you been drinking today? And I said, yes. And he looked at me like really concerned and shocked. And then I understood. So with his facial expression and the context, I got, okay, hang on. The next question he would ask in that situation would be, have I been drinking? And yeah, no, definitely not, brother. So we're good. So as well, after 20,000 kilometers of driving, my first ever breath test in Latin America was in Brazil, just today. Interesting fact, it's completely based on luck. Just gonna let this truck go past. So yeah, it's completely luck based, I guess, but you know, whether you call me lucky or not, we're not trying to do the system either, so we're trying to just play it safe. This is my job. If I lose my license, I am screwed. I couldn't even imagine. So with there being a 0 blood alcohol limit, better to be safe than sorry, you know? So bit of fuel, bit of grasa, bit of grease is what it is. Mira. No es necesario poner. Voy a mostrarte. Bro, I was backing up and he just kept telling me back. I was like, where's the hole at? Because I didn't want to go down the hole. Es esa, mira dónde es mi mano, acá. Sí, obrigado. After the first time I've seen the Tuk Tuk above a grate like that, I didn't think it was possible. But we did it. I didn't even know I was backing it up as well over the whole, and he just told me, keep coming, perfect. Y es la única, y los otros dos son arriba, son en los ruedas, amigo. Obrigado. Muito bom. Y son los tres, sí. Muy buena gente acá.
Nem precisa.
No, porfa. Obrigado. Muito obrigado. Para ti. He was trying to say it was free. That's too nice. That's too much. Cool. Good job, Pati. So fuel spot's even got a barber, but yeah, did the oil change in the morning, so good that we got the grease in the Tuk Tuk now. As well, we changed over the air filter. That has to be changed every 1,000. The grease and the oil change every 2,500. It's pretty excessive even for a motorbike standard to do it that often, but I think personally it's just better that we get to Alaska without that issue than like with the mechanic's guidance than not. But I know that a lot of like mechanic minded legends on the channel say, hey, that's a lot, but whatever. We've done now 9 oil changes, so we're getting better each time. Let's go. Sim, obrigado. Un de carne, sim, de pastel pizza. También lanche especial calabresa y un turca pizza. Obrigado. Service station raid, bit of a feed to get us through this bit of night driving we need to do to make it to Sao Paulo on time tomorrow to meet my mate. Good girl. Hooking in, eh? I'm gonna eat this and then get out on the road. We're in a low-key food coma, got the caffeine in me, and we've got the beautiful scenario that there's a truck traveling at the same max speed as my Tuk Tuk. So he's illuminating the way, he's showing me where the potholes are when he's going to swerve left or right, because I can't see him in this darkness. So just gonna chase him as long as he's going, get a couple hours down the road. And therefore I'm not holding up traffic. He kind of is. I can't be stopped by police because I just haven't overtaken, you know what I mean? It's just a beautiful scenario. Wait, what's going on, buddy? You're slowing right down now. You're doing 20 kilometers an hour. That's like 12 miles per hour, more or less. When he indicates, I'll indicate. Just a bit of a tag team situation here. Very, very, very nice. Good girl, Fatih. You going all right back there? And it's completely safe, this night drive, because we're driving a highway that's just used by everybody. So this is the most direct coastal route to Sao Paulo from Curitiba. Oh, we didn't stop through, we kind of went by it. So we came across a little bit of a traffic jam, but the good news is I'm sticking with my mate. We're a good tag team. We've got to call him Maxi Trust. Big Maxi there. So the business name on the back's Maxi Trust. In Maxi we trust. There we go. Big Maxi. And this low-key traffic on the highway is better than us just like getting overtaken while they're doing like a double my speed, you know what I mean? So I'm not complaining. Locals on our left were saying it's an accident, so we don't know where the accident is or how far up, but yeah, it's just a waiting game more or less. Maxi and I. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go Suerte, amigo. Adiós. Ciao. Chatting with everybody, even the guy going to fix the problem up there. Yeah, so that sign's saying 301, so definitely manageable for tomorrow, but we need to still chop off a little bit more of that. About 250 would be perfect to send out tomorrow. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Yo, freaking never seen bigger vibes in traffic before in my entire life. We're living it, Miss Putty. This is the culprit. Is it an accident? Nah. Just a broken down truck. Oh well. We passed him, now we're home straight. Well, we've done all right. We've gotten well into the night driving, and I've just pulled off, spoke to the gas station on my right there, and they've said this is a cheap spot, very safe as well, and the service station's open all night, so they're keeping an eye on this direction. And yeah, just chatting to the guys a bit before, and they gave them the heads up, yeah, we'll keep an eye on your vehicle as well if you park it up. So we just got to the hotel. It's $12 for the night. That's a freaking bargain. I'll show you the room in a sec, but we've not only just made it a manageable day of driving tomorrow, but I think we can actually get there in the afternoon rather than the evening or night into Sao Paulo, which is quite a dangerous city, but getting there in the afternoon is going to make it a little bit safer at least. So yeah, that's a tomorrow job, but tonight we'll get a good night of rest. Good job, Miss Patty. So this is the 12 USD room tour. That's the door to outside. Now we've got bed 1, 2, 3, and 4 in room number 1. I was like, mate, are you sure this is the cheapest room? And he's like, yep. And I was like, okay, because we would have been fine with just a single bed and even a shared bathroom, but nonetheless, there's even, wow, okay, a double bed as well and a second room. So I was like, and I made sure, I was like, is this all mine, or am I sharing? Am I like in one room? But he's like, no, that's yours. So yeah, private bathroom, more than we can ask for. So even with a bit of traffic, ended up going really well. So we'll send off a sweet night of sleep, get on the road tomorrow. What do you reckon, Miss Putty? Good job, proud of you. What a day, what a day. Well, surprisingly, so we're on the highway, obviously, very loud. After somehow nearly 20,000 kilometers, the first ever thing to fall out of the window and break has now been the AirPods.